We've been talking about this stuff for 15 years. So I've been telling you way back in the day when you used to do the travel points, remember? And I was like, you need to create a channel. And now you're doing Eating Tacoma. Anyways, here we are. We're finally growing up. Going to be big kids. It's the way I see it. How did you kick this off in the middle of 2020?
I started 2 weeks before COVID.
Oh.
And then I had to do takeout for the next 6 months.
You weren't in the videos for the longest time. Do you feel like it's changed significantly since you started being in the videos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Tracy both convinced me on that.
Aren't you glad we're pests? We don't give up bullies. Oh, that's so funny. Well, I think I knew instinctively that, it would make a difference. So with Eating Tacoma, though, if restaurants, because you make really great reels, and just tell me a couple off the top of your head how many views these videos get, because you've got a pretty strong following, right?
Getting close to 10,000.
Okay. So 10,000. And then, if you go to a restaurant, what's a good average of views that you get?
It's so random. You can make a video you think is so good. You're like, I got all the food. I got the angles. I got the perfect song. I got the little transition or whatever. And then it does 1,000 views. And then you do one and you're like, I don't think it's that great. And then it does 20 or 30,000 views.
So how important is it then that the restaurant itself is interacting? Because I got to think, at least from my marketing standpoint, right? So my marketing background says, they should be a collaborator. And then, they should be every single time somebody says, makes a comment, they should be liking it. And then they should even go so far as to say, we'd love to see you or come visit for happy hour or whatever.
For the restaurant themselves, whether 100 people see it or 20,000 people see it, they should be connecting with the people that are watching the video. They should be like, hey, when someone says, oh, those fajitas look great. Hey, Jan, why don't you come in and try our fajitas? Here's a free dessert.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Buy one, get one free for you, Jan. Whether that's below the video in the conversation or that's a private message. Make the customer feel special.
How many restaurants take advantage of what you provide them? Meaning,
very few.
Is it frustrating?
Yes. I'm making you a 30-second commercial. So now when I make the videos, it always goes to Instagram. That's my main thing I concentrate on. But now I'm cloning it and taking that and putting it on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Google Maps is one that's working out pretty good. Mm-hmm. It was funny because Sean said that him and Tammy and the family were going to go to the I Love Mac and Cheese. And so he went on Google to get the address. Mm-hmm. And immediately my video was the first thing he saw was us eating.
Nice. Which that's totally an SEO thing. You're right. I think people just don't realize how much this stuff is intertwined. You can help them. You can get them out of this ditch. So they can just reach out to you, right? And say, hey, we'd like to have you come down. And then you have some packages that you guys can discuss. What you really can offer them is, hey, I'm going to come. I'm going to show up. I have a great following. It's local. You're going to have a local audience because those are the people that are, connecting with my algorithm, right? So, and they platforms are very smart. They can totally geotag. In my mind, what I feel like would really help is if restaurants would invite you to come and they would provide food. You guys can work out a package of, hey, do they just want a reel? Because you can do that. But if they know they're going to drop the ball and they know they don't have a team in place or they themselves are not capable of basically following up, right? They could technically make you kind of a manager, right? They could hire you to become, a manager on their page. And at least for the duration of that video, when you're launching it, at least you could like the things as them. At least you could comment as them. You could say, hey, can I offer, this, that, or the other thing? You could make sure that all of those seeds that you're sowing actually have a chance of doing something. Correct? Am I correct?
Right.
You could help them with that.
And most make a video and post it, and then I'll make them a collaborator, and they won't even take the time to click the button to go, whoa, that'll go out to not only my followers, but theirs as well.
Because you have to ride these waves. That's the one thing about digital space. It's actually kind of exciting because it really is. You can just hit it and it'll go right now, but it also dies the second you don't. So, right. So it's really, people don't realize that it is an opportunist moment. You must actually capture that moment.
There's restaurants that go out of business before I even get to them. I just want you to know that it's there, because most people drive around with blinders on and don't even know the restaurant exists. Mm-hmm.
It's so funny because I'm realizing how many times I'm driving about and I literally, because I can't stop and open up Instagram, and I sent you a message. I'm like, hey Siri, text Brian, where can I grab a burger? This is where, yeah. And I think you're right. I think that things have gotten expensive and now people stay home a lot more. I think we feel like we're frustrated, but it's really coming from a place of compassion, because you're right. You see these, restaurants, and you know what's on the line. So anyone, because you've owned businesses before, and everything is on the line. First of all, you don't do something like that unless you have a dream. So first of all, your dream's on the line. And let's just be honest, your ego definitely on the line. Okay. And you have all these great ideas and you think it's going to be fantastic. You think because you make the meanest lasagna in town, everybody's coming. You can make the meanest lasagna in town if nobody knows and nobody cares. So it's completely up to you to make sure that they know that. And I feel like there's a huge gap in understanding. But I think what I find you and I talking about when we go into these places, because I, go with you guys pretty regularly, and it's just almost heartbreaking because you're looking at this place and you're like, oh my gosh, I am so aware of how much money is tied up here. And it isn't just, if you lose that business, sometimes people lose their homes. And to be honest with you, it's very normal for families to completely deconstruct because there's so much stress. It's just stressful and it's hard to lose everything. I personally wish, as a marketing, professional, an expert, I'm like, I wish they understood how critically important not just marketing, their website, but also this social media presence. And then, my gosh, if you have somebody who is local and is an influencer, has almost 10,000 followers and can literally come in, you can give them some food, and you can even, maybe if you don't have the time, ability, or understanding, give them access, give Brian access to your flipping social media and just pay him. The amount of money is so nominal compared to what it would cost, what's it's going to cost you if nobody comes through your front door. And so, and it's so sad to watch. And it's not just restaurants, right? We talk about this with retail, or, it's really hard to see like all the retail shops that are next to the really independent restaurants. And we go to dinner, but all the retail shops are closed. This is a working city, right? Like people work and we want to help them, but we can tell they just don't understand how critical it is and important it is. You cannot afford not to do this. I think we could make a big difference for people. And I think we're both feel a little frustrated because we try to help and we can tell they just don't understand the value of it. And they're in this mindset of lack. The pricing is so nominal compared, that, and the reward will be so huge that it's kind of silly not to at least go down that path and at least have a conversation. So watch your DMs. We're going to start doing is on a regular basis, kind of recapping. So some of the places that you've gone and done reels, we're going to actually have conversations, and that way you can talk about their menu a little bit and talk about the food, some of your favorite things. And then anonymously, we're going to also be talking about some of the places that you go. And without throwing them under the bus, we're going to talk about your experience and some of those, and so we can give a little bit of a hard love, right? Because we're not here to criticize, neither of us. We are here to we want our neighborhood and our community to thrive. We want these places to win. And, but we might have to share some really hard things, and like I said, it'll be anonymous and no one will know which restaurants we're talking about. But kind of, we hope that people will recognize their own restaurant and go, that, I think he's talking about us right now. And hopefully they can take it, um, you know, and understand that the spirit and the heart behind it is we're trying to save you. We're
Yeah.
not here to criticize you. We are not here to put you down. We are not here um, to just be negative Nancy's. We are here to save you. And we both have lots of experience. I mean, I have 25 years of marketing experience, in every area. So everything from video production to, website development, social media, Google profiles, all of it. So I kind of know how it all dances together. You do the things that I feel like I don't have time for, which is that fun stuff, right? And which is making the videos and going to the places and enjoying that. I sneak in when I can, but for the most part, it's kind of like they can kind of have the best of both worlds if they reach out to us because you can kind of do the stuff that really activates people and I can help keep them. I can help them keep the people and make sure they don't forget about them. So, anyways, well, thank you. And I hope that you had fun doing this. I know that it's been a long time coming. So, yeah. But all right, well, we'll touch base and we'll get that list together and we'll start talking about restaurants. All right, sounds good. Talk to you later.